All right, to begin with, what is Windows 10? Well, Windows 10 is the next evolution of Windows from Microsoft. So Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 8.1 were all fairly similar operating systems in the sense that Microsoft would update them through what was called service packs every few months, at least for the first couple of years that the operating system was out. However, Windows 10 is vastly different from Windows XP, Windows 7, and Windows 8 in a couple of very important ways. So first of all, Windows 10 will not be updated the way that Windows XP, Windows 7, and Windows 8 were. And what I mean by that is that in the future, we will have no Windows 11. Windows 10 is Microsoft's last version of Windows. Now, does that mean that they aren't going to update it and add features? Absolutely not. In fact, exactly the opposite of that. With Windows 10, rather than release a bunch of new features all at once, at some point in the future, Microsoft is going to be pushing out new features whenever they are finished and working properly. Microsoft even allows people to preview these new features in something called the Windows Insider program. Now, it's not recommended for businesses to use the Windows Insider program because the new features and new builds can be unstable. They've actually caused me to lose work before. Now, Windows 10 is also different in that it is designed to work on a number of different device categories. So the Xbox One, and probably future Xboxes, if Microsoft does keep making those, desktops, laptops, tablets, and phones are all going to be running the same core Windows 10 OS. Now, certain features aren't available on these different variants, like the Xbox One variant, when that comes out, isn't going to be able to run desktop programs like Photoshop. And the same goes for the mobile variant. Windows 10 Mobile won't be able to run full desktop programs at any point in the future. However, the same core OS is the same across all of these devices, and that gives us an advantage if we are using those devices. Microsoft is providing a unified user experience and user interface across all of these different devices. Now, what does that mean for you in the workplace? Well, it's actually kind of exciting depending on what type of work you do. Now, you can see the device that I have behind me. That's the Surface Pro 3, and it has a Windows 10 feature called Continuum. Continuum is available to OEMs making all kinds of devices: laptops, hybrids, tablets, and phones. Now, what Continuum does is it modifies the user experience and the user interface on the fly when certain things happen. So if you have a Windows 10 mobile phone or small tablet and you connect it to a dock that has a keyboard, mouse, and external monitor attached to it, it will automatically modify the experience so that it's easier for you to use using a keyboard and mouse. On the opposite end, if you have a hybrid device like the Surface Pro 3 or the Surface Pro 4 when that comes out in the future, and you disconnect the keyboard, it will automatically change the experience to a tablet optimized experience, which means it'll be easier to use using your fingers or a pen. So if you're in the office and you have your Surface Pro 4 docked at your desk, and then you disconnect that dock to go and bring it into the conference room and then project an experience onto, say, a projector or a TV to give a presentation to your employees or to investors, it will automatically modify the experience, making it easy for you to use.